Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday, the 1st of December. Gary, I'm Philip Kingston.
I'm Gary Pierre. It is the 1st of December,
And
Phil.
Gary, you know what the 1st of December means? I'm going to take
it's
you through
a pinch and a punch for the first of the month.
and a little bit of an opening bar. Summertime and the living is easy.
Don't give up real estate, Philip. It's summer's here, Philip.
We should
Time
have
is
a
right.
GPTV karaoke
We
night.
could. What do they call? You know that we could discover the best talent, the voice, or something like that.
GPTV viewers have got talent.
Seller's best talent or buyer's best talent. Phil, it is summer.
I'm going to get singing lessons next year, Gary.
That's
2016 is the year that I'm going to get singing lessons because goodness knows I need it.
You do, Philip. It's the only thing missing. Then you'll be a fully rounded person.
I'm going to be a complete selling agent.
Summer's here. The time is right for dancing in the street. We did have a contest about that, and people said it was Martha and the Vandellas, and they got it right. But
Your
Philip,
level of trivia is nothing short.
do you know
of
who I
amazing.
saw on the weekend? I
Who'd you see?
saw Marsha Hines.
Really?
Yeah, I went and
Yeah.
saw her at the track.
Really?
Marsha Hines, I did. Yeah, I saw her.
Was
And
she performing
She
or
came
was
on
she
at 11. No, she came on at 11 o'clock.
Where was this?
At the track on Saturday
what
night.
track?
Finished it in Turak. You know the
Oh,
track.
at the
yeah.
track cinema?
No, not the track cinema. She's not a movie. She's a person performing.
there is no track cinema
Marsha
anymore.
Hines, 11. She came on at about 11:30. Finished about
Where
1:30.
was this?
On Saturday night.
At the nightclub in the
Yeah,
Turak Village?
nightclub downstairs. She was
what
rocking.
were you doing there?
I was rocking, going off.
Who'd you
I
go
was
there
going
with?
off
'Cause
in a
Hannah
big
would
way.
not have gone there with
No,
you.
she didn't go with me. No, she wasn't interested. I went with Sarah, a friend of mine, Sarah and Mark. You know,
Sarah and Mark?
Yeah, I went with
Really?
them. Yeah, and we went off in a big way. Oh, I did. She's fantastic. What a talent. Nothing to do with real estate, but let's talk about real estate, Phil, because we had a big weekend. We sold 17 out of 27. It was 63% against an industry clearance rate,
Of
Philip.
61%, Gary. So let's talk about that clearance rate, both from a GPT perspective and from
GPT, go on.
and from an industry perspective.
Yes.
Let's just firstly say that 61% for an industry average is okay. Not brilliant, but
we're
not
talking
bad.
about the biggest volume.
Correct. Well, Gary,
In Victorian history,
That's where
Phil.
I was going.
I couldn't wait.
The biggest weekend in the
Yep.
history of Melbourne, Victoria.
Yes.
More auctions than Melbourne has ever seen. So a 61%
1800
clearance
auctions?
rate in the last weekend of November.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
That's still like 1,200 sales or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
So
enormous.
well done to the Melbourne real estate industry and well done to us. A number of properties didn't sell that I think are good value, Phil. They're
Yes,
going to get
Gary.
sold pretty quickly. And in fact, there was a couple the week before that we passed that are gone already. So
Yes.
everything is getting sold.
Viewers, we've said it once, we've said it twice, we're going to say it many, many times. What we pass in on the weekend,
Yep.
often a lot of the pass-ins are sold by the following Friday.
Yep.
And within 2 to 3 weeks of our auction, most of them are sold.
I think we might do a little edition in a couple of weeks, Philip, of some of the select non-sold properties for people. Maybe we should do that because I think there's some good opportunities there.
Gary, can you believe we got through November? November,
Of course we did.
Looking back on November, it was the biggest month
Yeah,
in
it
the
was.
history of our company.
Oh, high five. Very good. Okay, let's talk about the weekend that was, Philip, starting with 15 Burundi Road. You auctioned that. That was a good
A
sale.
lovely parcel of land, Gary, with a nice lettable house on the north side. I think that was probably the last remaining buildable site in Burundi Road on the north side.
And congratulations to the buyer who was, I believe the buyer's represented by somebody else and bought it. I am. I've worked it out, Phil. I put it together no time at all. They thought
you're in like Inspector Clouseau.
I did. But Philip, well done to that buyer. Philip, that was a good sale. 6 Jenkins Street, that was a good sale. Interesting result.
Gary, it was, I've got to tell you, fascinating actually. Viewers, we had the first bid there, I think was around 1,125,000.
The reserve was close to the top of the range at 1.3.
Correct. But you've got to love this, viewers. The most gorgeous young couple. No,
Yes.
what a couple. They were cousins.
Yeah.
But 2 girls from China.
Young Asian ladies.
One
they were.
was 16, one was 21. Now, the 16-year-old is a high school student.
Yes.
The 21-year-old or 22-year-old is a Monash University student.
Yes.
Their mother or their mother and aunt
They're residents here.
were
Yeah.
on the phone from somewhere in China saying, girls, you need somewhere to live, go and buy a property. So these 2 girls would have to have been the most polite and the calmest bidders I have ever seen. They were so delightful during the auction, but I've never seen, first of all, 2 younger people bidding at an auction. And secondly, they were just angelic, calm, when others around them were nervous.
Frazzled and
These 2
rattled,
just,
yep.
maybe it might be
Unflappable.
their 300th property they've bought.
You never
Gary.
know, Phil. They were pretty cool, though. Cool customers.
You
Congratulations
know,
to
that's
them.
what I love about our job, Gary. You think you've seen it all, and then something else pops out of the bag like that.
We need to move on, Phil. So much to talk
Gary,
about.
before we move on, I just want
Doesn't
to...
look like we're going to, though,
I
viewers.
just want to talk about Sally Zellman on the weekend.
What about her?
And myself.
What about you and Sally? What's going on there? This is a family show.
Gary, we unveiled a new summer look. So I don't know whether you noticed.
I saw you in the grey there, the light colours.
But Sally and I have decided that we're going to funk it up a little bit on Sundays, Gary.
Wow.
Funk it up. We're going to funk it up. And here's a photo of Sally and I in our new summer outfits.
Oh, you're looking very funky, Phil.
Feedback, I'm just wondering, would you mind letting us know, is this too casual? Is it too modern? What are your thoughts? Please send us in your thoughts, ideas at garypeer.com.au. Should we persist with this more casual
Phil, we
look?
need to move on. We've talked about fashion, we've talked about Marsha Hines. Can we talk about real estate now? Philip, the Pier, the duplex at Queen's Avenue, that was a very good auction, sold for $1,600,000 against a reserve of 1.5. Well done to you there.
Gary, it was good.
The Glen Ira Road. Now, this was an interesting one. We were given our reserve.
Wow.
The reserve was $1,250,000. We quoted the reserve. So,
Yep.
that was an interesting scenario because there's discussion around that as often with pricing.
Yes.
So we
So
just
what
followed
did
that
we do?
model.
When people came through the open
We just told them around
inspections, we just
125,
said- we said
we
the
were
reserve's
125. Pretty much, those that
Okay.
asked. So, we're very transparent about it. Anyway, sold for $1,625,000. So if you've got dyslexia, it was a perfect price because all those figures are in there somewhere because it's 1625, but it's supposed to be 1250. Drop a 6 and you're fine. Anyway, 1625,
That's
Philip.
ridiculous.
That was a big one. Well done. 18 Newstead Street, Philip. I had a good time selling that one. Sold well above reserve for $1,711,000. And then, Philip, I was in Gordon Street, Elswick, my own home stomping ground where I've lived for still the greatest part of my life,
Yes.
Phil. And that sold, and that was a very exciting sale. The reserve was 800, Phil, and it got there very quickly. We were quoting sort of 7 to 770. I know the vendor would have dropped the reserve to 770.
Result, and a special shout out to
Well,
the
that's
vendors.
at the sale price.
Oh,
Phil.
okay.
Sale price was
Well,
$950,000.
what a great
Over
result,
to you, Phil.
Gary. And a special shout out to the vendors there who
Yes.
are long-time clients of
They
ours
are.
and the most delightful
They
people.
are magnificent people.
Look, I should say all of our vendors
Yeah.
are the most delightful people, but these people are especially delightful.
They are special. Philip, do we have a big weekend
Well,
of
we
auctions?
do, Gary. Before we do this, I just want to show up on screen a photo of me and my son Jacob at the Bailey
look at that.
Avenue
Isn't that
auction.
lovely?
What a delightful fellow he is, and
He is
running
a
our
handsome
coffee,
young man,
running
and-
our coffee van. So special shout out to my son Jacob.
He is very nice. He takes after his mum. Phil, can we talk about the results? No, we'll talk about the results. Let's talk about what's coming up this weekend because it's a smorgasbord of auctions. We've got 24
Who
of
would
them.
have thought on the first weekend of December, Gary,
Yeah.
when other agents have already shut up shop and
Yeah,
they've
they've got
gone
the towel over their
and
shoulder.
they've gone fishing already, but
Yep.
no, the team at Gary Peer Associates are going to crank out another 24 auctions
Now,
this weekend.
just Saturday alone, Philip, we're in 10 suburbs. We are everywhere this
That's
weekend.
unbelievable.
Look, the other
How many
sale,
suburbs are there
The
in
other
Melbourne?
sale that we can
Do you know?
review, I don't know, but we've got
I've
a
no
few.
idea either.
The other sale that we should review, Philip, is the sale that we made in Toorak because that was
Ah,
quite
yes.
exciting.
Come on,
and we shouldn't
Gary.
miss it, should we? Albany Road, Toorak, Philip, and have a look at this property. We were expecting somewhere in the vicinity of $4.5 million. Now,
No, 4 to 4.5. Vendor would have sold at 4. 4.5 was
Yeah.
a great result, Gary.
Philip, this particular property was very well received. Some people would say, Gary Peer in Toorak, who do you think you are? You're not a Toorak agent, but we've sold in Toorak many times very
Yes.
successfully. We don't sell the most in Toorak, but I think we sell the best in Toorak.
Well, Gary, a special shout out to any viewer that's thinking about selling
Yes.
in Toorak. You do not have to list with the blue-blooded agents there. Gary Peer and Associates shook it up in Albany Road.
sure
We had
did.
a big crowd. Our
Massive
coffee
crowd.
van
Was pumping.
Was cranking out the
Cranking
coffee.
and
I've got to
pumping.
tell you, the good residents of Toorak never knew what hit them. They were given free water, free coffee, free
Chupa
lollipops.
chups, yes.
They thought it was a celebration.
They thought there was a day at the polo, Phil.
But I've got
It was
to tell you,
fantastic.
are we allowed to disclose the price,
Well,
Gary?
you won't see it in the paper. It hasn't
Yeah.
been advertised.
GPTV
but
first?
It is a GPTV first, Philip, because with an expectation of somewhere in $4 to $4.5 million,
Yeah.
this property's been sold for in excess of $5.2 million, Philip.
Wonderful result.
What an exceptional and exciting result. Congratulations to the vendor and to the buyer, and what a great auction.
We can
Great
do it
experience.
anywhere, Gary.
We sure can. Let's talk about where we're doing it this weekend, Philip.
Yep, Gary, let's talk about this beautiful house. Gary, this is a fabulous house.
It is, Phil.
4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, a lovely parcel of land.
How about the address, Phil?
Gary, the address would be good if I was to actually mention that we're at
43 Cambrook Road, Caulfield North.
Now, there's many things to love about this house. I'm not going to labour the floor plan because the viewers can see it up on screen.
Sure.
What they can't see is we're walking distance to the Caulfield Railway Station, the East Caulfield Shopping Centre, the racecourse,
The new
Caulfield
creation.
Park. Yes, the new, what are we calling this new?
Oh, it's like
the new racecourse development, which is
incredible.
apartments,
It's exciting.
shops and restaurants and supermarkets. But we can also walk to the tram and Balaclava Road, Caulfield Park. You can walk to Glenferrie Road. So this is the most sensational location.
I just want to say also, we've got an overseas vendor who's going to be at the other end of the world at some ungodly hour.
Where are they?
Skyping
Do you know?
them. They are in the Middle East, Philip.
Really?
Yes, but
Wow,
they're
that's
not
adventurous.
they're not in any ISIS territory.
Well,
which is
we
good
would
news.
certainly hope not.
But Phil, this vendor who we know we know very well, who's put this to the market with us. I just want to say one thing, by the way, also. You know, we often review our biggest homes, but they don't have to be. They can just great homes is what we like to review on GPTV. So we can put flats on, anything on. So for our sellers, you're welcome to request this as our vendor has. But 43 Cambrook Road goes up 230, and we've got interest in the low ones. Phil.
Good, Gary. Let's move on from there because I think we've talked about that probably enough.
We have. Let's go back to the beginning, Phil, because it all starts in Armidale on Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Philip, in Kooyong Road. You are going to be auctioning this apartment. It's going to be somewhere in the low 300s, maybe mid 300s.
Gary, I love the position of this apartment because it's between Wattle Tree Road
around the corner from your house,
and
Phil.
High Street. And viewers, if you come to the auction, you might like to come to my place for a cup of tea afterwards.
Why not?
I'll throw that open to all the GPT viewers that would like to come and have a cup of tea at my place. Just send me a text or an email.
Tell us about
but this
property,
is a great apartment, Gary.
Check
out the renovation of this apartment. It's just stunning, and it's in a great location, but a really beautiful one-bedroom apartment.
You may well start off in Armidale, Philip, but Jeremy Rosen's is starting off in Cheltenham, right down the Bayside there at 25 Willow Avenue, Phil. This is a terrific property.
Gary, it is a great property, and Cheltenham is a great suburb, close to the beach and all of the wonderful facilities down that way. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking for a couple of cars. A really good home.
We go from Armidale to Cheltenham to Bentley East Browns Road, auctions at 11:30, Mr. Jeremy Rosen's.
Yes, Gary, he's going to be cranking up the jam there.
Pumping the jam, Phil. Up the jam.
Okay, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 lock-up garage. A really good property, beautiful inside and out.
The Brown Jam. Phil, I'm going to be starting my auctions at 11:30 on Saturday in Garden Vale Road. I love this block, and this is 1 of 4 only, if I'm not mistaken.
It is, Gary, a single-storey villa, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 lock-up garage. Oh, it's a carport, actually.
It is.
And that's a good property, immaculate condition, but waiting for somebody to put their own 21st century stamp of approval on.
We've got a price guide in the mid to high fives, Phil. That represents outstanding value, in
if
my
that's
opinion.
the price guide, Gary, my suggestion is get ready to field bids thick and fast.
I shall. Phil, you are going to be running like a maniac on Saturday. You go from Armidale to Bentley to 10 Patterson Road. This is a great looking home, going up to 11:30.
A little bit of a shout out to the police. Please do not be anywhere in the vicinity of my route from Armidale to Bentley.
He only has 1 or 2 points left.
I've got 1 point left. There's no question I'll be speeding and running red lights.
Stop it. Don't say that. It's stupid.
Well, that's a good property.
Don't be late to the auctions.
4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking there. That's a great property in a suburb that is flying.
Now, you're going to be going from Bentley, Phil, all the way across to St Kilda West, to Beaconsfield Parade. I did. I couldn't arrange any differently. But
seriously, if you know what, I might Uber it on Saturday.
I think you should.
Because I've got to tell you, that's probably the best way to me ensure I'll get somewhere onto this. In fact, I think, if you were a decent partner, Gary, you'd actually organise for me to have a chauffeured car on the weekends, so that I've got, it should be a chauffeured car where somebody can massage and pamper me in between auctions, because really, I think you're...
Do your feet?
I think you're flogging me too hard, just quietly.
Just hard enough. Phil, this is a great property. Opposite the beach with beautiful views of palm trees in the bay. Take us through this property. It's in St Kilda West in Beaconsfield Parade, owned by an estate agent we're privileged to be representing.
Gary, this is a home for all types of people, and I have somebody in mind when I say this, because, what a sexy, sexy apartment this is. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, which is in the basement, under cover of secure,
there's 2 spots,
and
there's cage.
Well, I just said 2 spaces, Gary. But check the view out from that terrace. You're looking straight out over the park. You are. Straight to the water. That is beautiful. And I've got to tell you, if you're looking for something sexy, that's it. I might do that auction in in a negligee, Gary?
I think you should, Phil. Anyway, it's a great property.
Talking of negligees,
No, I wasn't.
I'm just started watching a new series.
Oh, don't. It's a family show.
It's a family show. There's nothing wrong with this. This is the most incredible.
Oh, yeah. Negligees. I'm watching a series. Well, what channel's that on?
Okay.
Yeah,
So this is a show called Transparent, right? And now you're thinking transparent as though you're looking through something that you can look through.
That's like a Bruce Jenner sort of transparent. Is that right?
Okay, you got it in one.
So how do you know I'm not watching it?
It's transparent. I've watched 3 episodes so far. It's engaging. It's delightful, and it is a story of a middle-aged man with 3 children that has always wanted to be a woman.
Yes.
And this is his story. And I've got to tell you, completely engaging. What that's got to do with
that old saying,
I've got no idea.
That old saying, like I feel like a woman sometimes, can be read 2 ways, can't it?
It can.
12 at 488 Glen Huntly Road in Elstonwick. Phil Leor does this auction. Take us through
Gary,
this.
we're loving Elstonwick. You know we love Elstonwick. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, one car space. And check this apartment out inside. Stunning.
One better at Milton Avenue, Elwood. Jeremy Rosen's auctions for Lemoore.
Gary, this is the building, and this is the style of building that everybody should or wants to own. Older style, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. Check out the size of this apartment and the features, the polished timber floorboards, the lead-light windows, the architraves. That's stunning.
Hawthorne Road, Phillip and Caulfield North. Take us through that one, please.
Gary, that's an iconic landmark building on the corner of Balaclava Road and Hawthorne Road, diagonally opposite the park. You've got a cafe downstairs. You've got a Fitzy across the road. Love that spot. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 security car space.
You are going to be going from the beach to Brighton East, Phil, not far from the beach.
Yeah, well, at least I should make that one on time. That's
Raymond
a
Grove.
Big parcel of land, Gary. 1,126 square metres of prime Brighton East land, and that is 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and as much car parking as you'd like. But that back garden's like being in Port Douglas, Gary.
In the words of Jack Little, the wrestling commentator, oh brother, we go to Younger Avenue, Phillip. That's at 2:30 p.m. Take us through this one.
I've got no idea why you'd use that term, but anyway.
Oh, there's a lot of people that
Younger
remember.
Avenue, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, double lock-up garage. That is it's a double carport.
Thank you,
That
Phillip.
is a really good property in a really fabulous location.
You are going to be finishing off a very big day at 3:30.
Boy, how many auctions am I doing?
No, I got a
I'm
few
doing
on, Phil. We
6.
got 6.
Jeez,
Why
I
not?
tell you
Well,
what,
got to
you
do
found
something.
the perfect partner in me, Gary, while you just put your feet up and
I
drink
always
gin
put my
and
feet up.
tonics.
I do drink gin and
smoke
tonics.
cigars.
I do, but not always with my feet up, Philip.
Right.
Sometimes my feet
I'm
are
out there cranking and working.
Rightly
and
so,
just
too.
carrying the load.
Rightly so.
Gary, this is
Can't
a
leave the
great
street.
villa, one of only a small development. This is the front property, 2 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, lock-up garage and a car space in front. That is great real estate.
Philip, I don't get out of bed on Sunday morning for nothing. I'm going to be going out of
For
bed
nothing.
for 10
Nothing.
Not for nothing.
No.
Not for nothing.
Is that nothing, or nothing?
Could be,
Is that
could be any of the above.
Is that N-U-F-F-I-N, is it?
N-U-F-F-I-N. Not for nothing, Phil. But I am going to get out of bed on Sunday morning, do this auction in Balaclava, right opposite the park. A wonderful
that's
apartment in this
pretty
fantastic building, Philip.
Big of you,
Elsa
Gary.
Schilling selling it.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, and directly opposite Caulfield Park, a beautiful refurbished building. That's a good unit.
Caulfield auction continues, Philip, in Cambrook Road. That's going up at 10:30 with Legal.
Well, I have a feeling, Gary, that this one won't make it to auction.
may
I have
well
a
not,
feeling
Phil.
this one
You
may
could be
well
right.
be sold before auction, but
That's right.
keep your eye open
Yes.
for it. 5 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage, immaculate inside, and that spot in Cambrook Road is terrific.
Caulfield South is where you open your auction account on Sunday, Philip, at 10:30. Take us through 356 Kooyong Road.
Gary,
quickly.
we're loving Kooyong Road. We've had a lot of success in that part of Kooyong
Sure
Road,
have.
that being between Glen Huntly Road and North Road. And you had a lovely sale just a few doors away from
I did,
there
Phil.
in the last month or so. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, a real opportunity perhaps for a first home buyer there.
Is there a better place to be on a Sunday morning than Ackland Street, St Kilda? I don't think there is. Phil.
I don't think there is either.
And Jeremy Rosens is going to be taking full advantage of this apartment. It's a 1-bedroom apartment, Philip, and it's at number 101 at 131 Ackland Street, St Kilda. That one goes up at 11:30am, Phil, and we're looking forward to bringing that to the market. Take us through Lucas Street, Phil, at 11:30. You're going to be there.
Lucas Street, Gary, is a really pretty...
Lucas Street?
Lucas Street is a very pretty tree-lined street.
It is.
3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, a second car space, immaculate condition throughout. A beautiful home, Gary.
Beresford Street, an apartment in Caulfield North. Leroy Samuel Auctions at 12:30, Phil.
Gary, we're off the back of a very successful sale there. This is we just sold a fully renovated one there. This one's in fairly original condition but magnificent. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, and a really good block. And Beresford Street, I love Beresford Street, Gary.
Beresford Street too. It's a very tightly held street, Philip. Unfortunately for us, people love staying there.
Yes, and Beresford Street, Gary, is also the surname of one of Australia's most celebrated directors, Bruce Beresford.
He is, Phil.
He never ever had anything to do with Beresford Street.
No.
But what was his most famous movie, Gary?
You tell me.
Break 'em Around.
It was very good. 149 Hawthorne Road, Philip. That's a wonderful looking home. Goes up on Sunday at 12:30. Good position.
Gary, we're loving Hawthorne
Near
Road.
Star Road, Phil.
It is, Gary. 2 bedrooms, 1.5 bathroom, and a car space. That is a great property, and I love that position. Walk to the cafes and walk to Caulfield Park, and the tram at your doorstep. That's good real estate.
I'm meeting.
Oh yeah!
I'm meeting Maxine at 12:30, Philip, in Tearai Avenue, a quiet little
Tearai, spell it for me, Gary.
Tearai, Phil. That is a little quiet
Always one that I've stumbled over.
Is it? Well, I'm looking forward to that. It's right next to a little park. It's a
What do you reckon Tearai means? I mean, there must be a meaning to Tearai.
What language do you think would be?
Well, I don't know, but you just don't. If you think about all of the names of streets,
we should find out for next week.
Tearai is something.
Maybe it was a battle, because a lot of those streets were like related to the war, you know, Philip, and the
like
battle.
Crimea?
Like Crimea, exactly.
Waterloo,
yes, exactly. So the Battle of Tearai may have been a fantastic battle.
But it's interesting, viewers, if you know what Tearai means, special prize, lunch for 2 at Las Chicos.
Okay, let's do it. Tearai, let us know what it is. First one in wins.
Special shout out, by the way, to the team at Las Chicos. That cafe, they've opened the courtyard at the back,
Gary. Done it now.
It is absolutely smoking and singing.
Phil, there will be a battle at Tearai, because I know that's going to be a popular apartment.
Yes.
Maxine tells me that people want it, and
well,
I'm not surprised.
Gary, this is
12:30.
this is a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom
Sunday.
apartment with a car space, but this has got what most people would dream about having in a 1 bedroom apartment, which is a courtyard.
A lot of people also dream, Philip, about a bay view, and we are selling a property in Bayview Street, but there is no Bayview there, Phil.
Now,
but you don't need one.
If you think about this, viewers, why would you name a street Bayview when there is it is an impossibility. Yeah. It's an impossibility.
Well, I don't know
to see
that's
a
not
bay.
true.
No,
If you had a tower there, that was about 35 floors high.
If you built a 35-story apartment building, you'd have but you're never going to get a planning permit for that. So I don't know. Bayview. Basically, it says if that's Bayview,
it's misleading, deceptive conduct to even name the street. I think we should go back to whoever named it.
Do you know what? Absolutely. But you basically, with that, you can call a street whatever you like, because
you could call it Sydney Harbour View Avenue or something.
Or what about
Champs-Élysées?
Or what about gun barrel views of the Opera House and Harbour Bridge Street?
I think we should. And now we're just getting stupid. Phil, tell us about this home, because it's a ripper. It hasn't got a Bayview. It's a great house.
I've got to tell you,
and it is a great street.
Just all of that nonsense aside, I actually love Bayview because it's a great position right in the heart of Elstonwick, and just gets better and better. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 2 car spaces.
And this is going to be just in that low ones. Gary, it's very affordable. It's a great opportunity.
That is, and it's land. You know, land. As Mark Twain, the famous American novelist, said many years ago, Gary.
They don't invest in land. They're not making any more of it.
Oh, that is such an anti.
I know, because I'm thinking about something else. I'm thinking about land, you know, and like land ahoy, which is what the pirates would say when they come in from the bay, from Bayview. There's land.
That's good. And for those of you viewers, Mark Twain had some very. He's had a lot of those one-liners, but I have been known to quote him, and the other person I like to quote, of course, is Oscar Wilde.
And I like to quote W.C. Fields and Alex Jezelenko.
Now, the good news is, viewers, it's been a long year. 2015 has been a big year, and I've had a number of people come up to me at auctions, because I've done so many auctions this year, and they said, "Look, Philip, last week I was at an auction where you actually used the same joke or the same lines." So I've got to tell you, I've got to tell you, we've outsourced.
Have a holiday. Take a holiday.
No, Gary, I've decided to do something about this.
Melbourne.
I have now got a team of scriptwriters in the province of Guangdong in China.
That's right.
They're
very good over there.
I've outsourced for 2016 all new scripts, all new material coming. I've got a whole team of Chinese script writers writing on this now for you. So everything new year in the new year is going to be fresh and new.
It will be delivered in Mandarin, so no one will understand it.
You know what I'm going to do?
Because
that team, it's a very big team of script writers, and I'm going to actually. This is
getting so long and so stupid.
I'm going to have a little microphone in my ear, and I'm going to have an assistant next year FaceTiming the crowd, and my team of script writers will actually look at the crowd and into my ear. They will give me one line.
They'll be saying, "That guy with the hat. Hey, why don't you bid?" That'd be a brilliant way. going to be fantastic. It's
You
getting
can
really...
tell viewers that we're on our last legs here. I'm so tired.
It's just getting stupid. Dean Avenue, Philip, you're not tired. We're going to keep
No.
going. Dean Avenue, tell us about that one.
Dean
Philip.
Avenue,
2:30.
I love Dean Avenue. Drive
Spark
down.
up.
Viewers, even if you're not interested in buying this apartment,
Yep.
and this is a good apartment, and you should be interested in buying it, but just drive down Dean Avenue because
It's
it's
going to be
beautiful.
one of our auctions of the week for this little one-bedroom apartment.
Tree-lined street. It is beautiful,
Yep.
and I love this part of Eastern Kilda. Walking distance to our office. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Do yourself a favour, as Molly Meldrum would say.
He did
Get
say
on
that,
down.
Yeah.
Yep.
He did. That's a good Molly Meldrum, isn't we? You don't quote him often enough.
No,
Phil, 2:30 is going
Don't
to be...
ever ask him to come over and change
Molly.
a light fitting on your Christmas tree.
Why?
Well, remember
Oh, that's
that
right. That's
terrible?
what
He
happened.
got
Yeah,
up
he fell
and
over.
on
That's
the
right,
ladder, fell off his ladder
Molly, yeah.
and
No, he's going to be
almost wasn't with us.
He's going to be off my list of invitees of Christmas tree light changing for this year. Phil,
just
Campbell
wouldn't-
Grove,
just
we've
wouldn't
talked
do
about
it.
Campbell Grove. We're not going to go any further. One Linda Street, we're going to finish there with a big crescendo.
Bringing
at
down the
2:30
curtain, Gary. What a
on
big,
Sunday. It's
glamorous,
actually an early finish for us.
big glamorous family home there, Gary. This is as many as 7 bedrooms.
Now, there used to be a footballer, wasn't it?
Yes,
It was,
Shane Woden used
Shane
to
Woden
own this
owned
house,
it, wasn't
and I
he?
got to tell you, Shane Woden was a Brownlow medalist.
Yes,
well,
he was.
he is a Brownlow
He
medalist.
is.
But
Not the current Brownlow
I got to
medalist,
tell you,
yeah.
he's a nice guy. Shane
Yes.
Woden played for Melbourne
Yes,
and was
he
a
did.
star for
Yes.
Melbourne. In another team, he would have won a second Brownlow medal, but he ended up buying in South Caulfield, and then Melbourne, in their great wisdom, geniuses at Melbourne Football Club, got rid of him. He went to Brisbane, played out his career at Brisbane, but did live in this house. There's a bit of a Shane
Tell
Woden
us a
story.
bit about the house now, Phil.
Oh,
please.
sorry,
Yes.
sorry. Yeah, check out the back room of this house. It is one of the biggest entertaining areas I've ever seen. I love this house. It's big, it's glamorous, and it's in a great position in Caulfield South. Come along and
It's a
shake it up with us.
stunner, Phil, and it's a big finish to a massive weekend. It's summer real estate, Philip.
Last week's show was
Oh,
terrible.
it's terrible crap. We gave ourselves a really low
I do
score.
apologise for the flatness of last week.
And this week we can just apologise for just going on for too
Gary,
long.
do we do something for the GPTV? I know we've had our film night, but should we have... I'm really loving Los Chicos, Gary.
Yep.
Should we have a GPTV start to the year cocktail party at Los Chicos in late January, early February?
No. That's a big wrap from GPTV for this week. I'm Gary Peer. It's been my pleasure to bring you the news. Thank you very much.
So miserable.
Over to you,
I'm
Philip.
really looking forward to that. I'm Philip Kingston. Have a great week.